Now D here, like I wanna get into because honestly, I actually on my other podcast on the Preacher Man podcast, I actually did talk about what was the last one I talked about? It was about marriage, right? It was about what I was talking about. Just the journey of it, right?
Right.
The journey of it. And so not to get into anything else, but I think you and the lovely Miss Corliss has been on a journey. You know what I'm saying? I think you would agree with that. You
Absolutely.
feel me? And
Absolutely.
so and so what we see now is not what it was 10, 15, whatever years ago.
No.
And so y'all had to actually, get to that level, right?
Yes and no.
Oh,
Cause we
please.
were friends. Like that was the homie.
Right,
Like
right,
that
right,
was
right.
that was my homie.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're
You
right.
know
You're
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like so like we were cool, so it didn't really honestly I think without that I'm not sure if we would have made it this far.
With the friendship.
Because both of us had to learn and grow to this point. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Now I was the gen I was talking about was on my pod was talking about pressure. It was talking about pressure. It was talking about um, basically just the norm, the thought that okay, once you married, it's happily ever after, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just given, I'm 9 years in. You feel me? So just if
When
somebody,
did you think that?
I didn't,
I'll bet.
I
All
didn't.
right,
But that's the
all right.
general think. That's the general thinking, though.
Is it though?
It
If you didn't
is.
think that,
No, I didn't. I
you see
mean,
what I'm saying?
because obviously living. My parents was, for my dad passed was married 35 plus years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you see things just not all just hunky dory, white fence, white picket fences and stuff like that, right? And so I never personally thought that. And so, but just for me talking to women, I don't know about you, Rag, but just, I think people go into it thinking that it is like it's supposed to start off, you're supposed to get married, then it's happily ever after. I mean,
I
tell me
think
if
I
I'm
think too. I think a large part of that is your marriage counselor. Uh, but I want to know like with that, what makes you assume that's the mindset coming in.
just
So let's do this
okay,
tonight
okay, okay,
for
okay.
for the rest of the night.
This is just a
Let's
piece
have
of it.
something that
Okay,
we can say. All right, maybe that was mental conditioning
okay,
because
okay.
I don't know where this conversation might go.
Right. It's gonna go a few places.
Exactly.
This is just the first stop.
Right, because and honestly, all of them stem from that. So honestly, let's right now, let's create a column or think in terms of mental conditioning.
Mhm.
Like this was given to me.
Right.
Never really explored it.
Right. Now, I can just speak from my experience. Like, I don't know if Rag has, when you first got married, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you think happily ever after?
Oh, first of all, let me just say that I was a vet. You know what I'm saying? I'm a veteran. I was married for like 3 whole weeks. I'm a vet
He's
now. You know what I'm saying? I got my stripes. So,
He real
hey,
though. Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
hey, I'm a vet.
For sure.
No, I didn't think that though. You know what I'm saying? Like prior to, and he talked about your counseling. Like on my end, I'm not gonna say I was expecting things to go bad, but in my mind, I was prepared on how I was going to react if it went all the way left. My significant other was not prepared for the okay, once we get past this goofy putting our
Right.
cheek to cheek together, taking them goofy pictures and everything like that. Once we get past that, and now you go to work and them niggas don't want to buy you lunch no more because you married. Now it's like, oh, wait, no, I can't buy your lunch no more. You got a whole husband. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we can't look at you like that no more because you got a whole husband. She wasn't ready for that. And keep in mind, like, I don't know how old y'all was when y'all got married, y'all was
25.
Yeah, so I was there, but she was like 22. You see what I'm saying? Now, granted, this wasn't our parents and grandparents 22. Like, my mom got married when she was 20, still in that thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was something common.
It's social media 22. That's
Right.
Different influence.
Yeah, different
influence.
So she wasn't, once it got past that goofy stage, she wasn't prepared for that. But for me, and that was why even when she had left and we were separated for like 4.5 months, I was still like, okay, we gonna get through. Like, it's one of them things. It happens. We gonna get through it. We gonna get over it. And keep in mind, like, it was not something that my parents told me, like, hey, it might be a time where this person decided to walk away, but just G it up and you're gonna be all right and everything gonna work. Like, I wasn't conditioned to that part of it. It was just in me, I felt like I really believed. Because you know me, I'm big on words. So when I took that vow, I was really big on what those words meant. Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, you know, when I work jobs, like, my supervisors hate me because I'm going to read the employee handbook. So when you try to tell me something, I'm coming, wait, y'all said it. So I need something in writing to say that you're giving me permission to break this rule. So when I read and took that vow, it was like, okay, this is the worst part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The better is when I come home and you taking off all your clothes and you taking off all my, oh, that's the better. When we laugh and watching this movie or whatever, that's the better. But you're not happy, that's the worst. Okay, that's something that's in there. So like to your point, I wasn't it wasn't something I was necessarily looking forward to, but I wasn't surprised when it came. But to your point, it wasn't a mental conditioning of, oh, okay, look for the bad, because my parents never talked about it. Even though I saw the bad, they never talked about the bad. They never was like,
Right.
Now,
with the rest, since you brought it up, you know what I'm saying, as far as mental conditioning, because I know that's your thing. I didn't tell y'all, this is like, you know, kind of my version of like T.I. This dude is like, you know, he's very use all these vocabulary, vocabulary and vocabulary and word expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Low key,
he is a high value. He is a high value individual.
Agreed.
Low key. This dude could have been an image consultant himself.
I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Dope boy fresh.
I tried to get him to be my style. He was like, nah.
Everywhere he go, dope boy fresh.
I'm already here, guys.
Dope.
I'm already here.
Man,
you don't have to do this now.
Dope boy fresh. So when you say mental conditioning, in that regard, so what are you referring to there, my guy? Like mental, like your conditioning when you got married. What was your mental conditioning? Like you saying it wasn't that.
Oh, yo, yeah, I had a wake up call. Well, so my wife comes from, and not that my mom doesn't, but my wife comes from strong women.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you all know the bloodline.
I do.
Right.
Yep. So.
I like.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah. I know.
Did you see, bro?
I get it.
Bro saying, look, now he's saying, oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So given that.
For sure.
Keep it presidential.